Okay, so if we have to find out moment of inertia of this given cross section about this axis, so there are so many methods and so many ways. So first thing you see here, in this portion we don't have material, in this portion we don't have material. Okay, but you see, if you take this portion, if you consider these two portions, they are nothing but they are a complete circle, right? They are complete circle. If you add this portion and if you add this portion, like this portion and this portion, if you add, they are a complete circle. Okay, so if you have a complete circle and imagine this is the centroid of the circle and there is any axis passing, moment of inertia of this circle about that axis. This circle is passing through centroid and it is in the plane of circle. I mean, suppose this is the axis passing and this point is the entire cross section, as is the CG of entire cross section. Suppose this point is, because you can see the diagram is very symmetrical, correct? So my logic is, there are so many ways to solve this numerical. The best way is, this portion is half circle, this portion is half circle. So find out moment of inertia of both the circle together, that will be full circle. Okay, now full circle moment of inertia we have to subtract from the total moment of inertia. Then that the remaining, I mean, I'm saying that moment of inertia of rectangle subtract moment of inertia of circle. If you will subtract both the moment of inertias, then you will be getting moment of inertia of the remaining object, which is shaded in brown color. Okay, this thing, gray color. Okay, now that moment of inertia, when you will find out, then that will be passing through this guy, means that is passing through the CG. But in the exam they are asking moment of inertia about this axis which is passing through this. So your first job is calculate the moment of inertia which is passing through the CG, or you can say passing through the centroid. How to do that? In that case, first you consider this as a complete rectangle. You consider this as a complete rectangle and find out by the trick. What is the trick? BH cube by 12, right? So this is 10, but cut cube will be like this, correct? So this is 10, and then total height is this height, correct? So do it. So it is 20, total is 20. So 20 cube by 12. So this became the moment of inertia of the entire plate, which is rectangular in shape, but the axis about which we are finding out this, that is passing through the centroid. Okay, one thing is clear. Next thing, this moment of inertia is for the rectangle, but the main body is not the full body. Here you have removed, I mean we have removed the material from here. So for that we have to remove that much moment of inertia. So that much moment of inertia is nothing but the moment of inertia with the complete circle, half circle here, half circle here. So for that purpose I am saying you should know that how to calculate the moment of inertia of a complete circle about the axis passing through centroid. Okay, that moment of inertia if you know, because see, moment of inertia of two semicircles are nothing but moment of inertia of a complete circle. Okay, so you can do in this way. You just put 2 into, because semicircles are there na, and then you go for half circle. So half circle into, you know, pi d power 4 by 64 is the formula if you go for the diameter. So use this formula for the bigger circle. Okay, then for half circle you put half, and half circles are 2 times, so that's why I'm putting 2. So anyway this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. In the beginning itself I told you that we are adding both the semicircles, so we are getting a full circle. So pi d power 4 into 64 will help you to find out moment of inertia of circle. But again the concept is, this moment of inertia is about which circle, is about which axis? Axis which is passing through the centroid. It means what? This moment of inertia and this moment of inertia, they both are passing through same axis. And when all the moment of inertias are passing through same circle, same axis, are about same axis, then only you can add or subtract the moment of inertia. Okay, it means what? Now I will subtract this answer from this answer, so that I will be getting moment of inertia of the remaining object about which axis? About this axis which is passing through the centroid. Okay, इतना समझ में आया? This much is clear? See, about the circle, if axis is passing through the circle, then you have formula pi d power 4 by 64. D is the radius, D is the diameter. Clear? This is the formula. But this is only half circle, na? This is half circle. This is half circle. So if you'll add both the circles, then it will be a complete circle. See, I'm adding. So for the complete circle, formula is this. So see, actually side work you can do. You know that for the complete circle, your formula is this. So for the half circle, your formula will be half. But half circle this side, half circle this side. So two circles, two half circles. So 2 will get cancelled. Finally, it is a full circle. Understood? Very good. Now you see what we have to do. Our job is, first you find out the final moment of inertia of this gray color object about axis passing through the CG, or you say centroid. So that job we can do. How can we do that job? I of the body which is given, that is nothing but I of the rectangle subtract I of the circle. Okay, now I of the body, what you will achieve? That I is passing through the CG, but in the question they are not asking this I. In the question you see what they are asking. In the question they are asking about this axis. So this axis and this axis, they are parallel. So you apply parallel axis theorem. So about this axis, whatever answer you will get, that answer is important for us, because that answer we use in parallel axis theorem concept. Okay, so now about this axis, how will you find out? So I, what we have to find out about this axis? Suppose I am giving name base. So I about base, if you have to find out, then that is nothing but I about centroid. So I about centroid, that is nothing but the total answer what we will get here after subtracting. Okay, plus area, whatever area, means area of the entire this thing, entire gray object, into the gap square. Which gap? Gap between both the lines. So that is nothing but it is already given here 10. Okay, this gap is already given here 10. So that is square I will do. Now one more thing, you need to find out the total area of the gray object. How will you find out? Because that area to substitute here. So how will you find out that? So see here, for the total rectangle you find out the area. What is that area? The total height is 10 plus 10, 20 into 10. Rectangle area is 20 into 10. We got the total area. But from the total area, you subtract the area of the circle. What is area of the circle? Pi r square. So you have full circle. So you see, either you go for pi r square or you go for pi d square by 4. We have two formulas. So diameter is given as 8. Okay. So you go for this formula. So find out area of the circle which is not available and subtract both the areas. Then you will be getting area of the gray object. That's all. Then substitute the formula, get the answer.